In today's video, we're going to discuss one particular thing that no one tells you about manifestation. Besides, you have to affirm, which I urge you to continue, and you should never stop because that's the way to manifest consciously, because affirmations are nothing but thoughts or visualizing depending on your choice of preference. But we need, before we even jump to the affirmation or while we are affirming, we need to understand this concept because it's because it's a game changer in your conscious manifestation process. If you're interested, just keep on watching. Hello everyone, my name is Nea, and on this channel I talk everything about manifestation, esotericism, and so much more. On Patreon I do make extra weekly video, and if you join the community today, you find hundreds of videos already about these topics. So I invite you there, and I'll see you there on Patreon as well. And remember to subscribe and hit the ring bell button so you always get notified about my new videos, and especially when I go live answering your questions. But now let's get back to today's video. So guys, many times, which is totally understandable when it comes down to conscious manifestation, because we already know that we're always manifesting our reality. Our reality is a mirror of our states of consciousness. We are always affirming because we are always thinking, so that's already a given. We don't realize that we jump immediately to affirmation, and we're doing good for the first few days, becoming the new person and the new self. But then often, like 80% of the time, 90% of the time, people text me or comment down below and they're like, I don't understand. I reverted back to my old self. What do I do? I've been double-minded. And we know that if you are being double-minded, you're not sitting in the desired state of consciousness, because conscious manifestation is all about understanding what you want, getting clear, and becoming internally the person that already has what you want in your thoughts, in your imagination, in your mind. And yes, repetition is key, because by repeating the affirmation, you eventually sit in that state of consciousness automatically. However, many people deal with spiraling and, again, being double-minded. Sorry, I need to breathe. And what happens, they don't understand why this is happening. They don't understand why they're reverting back to their old self. When one of the reasons is because your old self is your pattern of thoughts, is what you have been repeating for so long, and is where you are familiar. And the mind loves to go back to where it's familiar because it feels safe. Even your past old self, your miserable old self, feels safe to your mind. However, my suggestion, and this is what nobody, or just a few people, but that wouldn't have been a catchy title, just a few people tell you this about manifestation, but not everybody. Well, not everybody tells you about manifestation, is that instead of dealing with struggling, with double-mindedness and immediately jump into the affirmations, why don't you try to understand what is holding you back in terms of belief system before you even start affirming, or while you are affirming? And this is what I mean. I did some drawings so you guys can understand better where I'm coming from. So I hope you can see it. So sorry, because it's on my iPad. So over here we see this man, I apologize, we see this little person, and he's got all of these burdens chaining down to the floor, and the balloons cannot make him fly. They cannot make them fly. And think about the balloons as the desired state of consciousness. If you will be able to fly, you will be able to see from a broader perspective that what you want is already done, already exists in the quantum field, and you will be able to fly, therefore to quantum jump in your desired reality. You will have nothing to hold you back because it's actually already present. The version of you that is successful and rich is already present. The money is already available because everything is a reflection of consciousness. So what are the burdens over here that are holding you down? These are the stories and the belief systems that you have cultivated and repeated for years. So before you even jump to do any affirmations, you want to make sure that you are cutting those cords. So what is that? This is something that people tell you. Sorry, this is a photo of me and my baby. This is something that people tell you already about manifestation, but what they don't tell you, I apologize, you can't see it. Okay. So we are cutting the burdens from the legs. What people don't tell you about manifestation is that it's not about getting somewhere. like moving somewhere, which many people think this, I'm manifesting, so I'm moving myself towards that destination that I want. But it's more about cleaning the junk that is preventing you to see that what you want, your desired reality, it's already present. And what is holding you back are all of this internal junk. There are people who became nighttime sensations on YouTube in just a couple of days. There are people becoming millionaires in just a couple of days. Some other people take more time. But what is the trick to be a vibrational match? We could say a match in that state of consciousness is to cutting the junk first. And the way you do it is simple. So besides affirming, which you should do it, let's say that you want to manifest money into your life. You start the affirmation and then you will see you will revert back to the old self. Some people, and the majority of people will do this. Why you are reverting back to the old self? Because I'm asking you this question right now. What is preventing you from being a millionaire, let's put it this way, or have the money that you want right now? What is preventing you from having the money that you want right now? Comment down below. You probably have answered, some of you, multiple reasons, multiple circumstances why you cannot have the money or what you want right now. Many people, when I did coaching, they will start telling me the story of their SP, whatever has happened, or the fact that they have this kind of job, or their ideas is like, oh, I have this idea for making money and this and that. But then what is actually preventing you from having money right now or your desire state, it's nothing. It's already present. It's already done. So you need to cut these beliefs. You need to cut these burdens. You are in control of everything that happens in your experience. And the key is to have this conscious awareness. Now, I want to read a quote that I posted the other day from Florence Scovel because it really made me reflect, and it's the following. Many people put up with limited conditions because they are too lazy mentally to think themselves out of them. And majority of the time people will disagree and they're like, oh, I'm not lazy, I'm doing the affirmations. But then when I talk to them, the majority of the time, then they create some sort of excuse why whatever they want cannot happen. And it's because you are lazy or you're not aware that you can change those conditions. You have heard it before through YouTube, you have read it through Neville Goddard, but it still doesn't stick into your head that no circumstance actually matters. The balloon is making you fly now. The burdens that you carry, those are the things that are keeping you on the floor, and they're keeping you in the unwanted existing reality. And because you didn't clear that junk completely in your head, you're still accepting it on even a subconscious level. That's why you're struggling manifesting. And you need to accept that you can change everything. You need to accept that you can be liberated from your own personal conditions and especially belief system. You do not have to accept something that you don't like. But I talk with people so many times, and I talked the other day with this girl and I said, well, you can do this and you can do that to make money, and there are all of this things available to you right now plus manifestation. And she was like, well, if it would be that easy, everybody will do it. And this is the thing, no, they don't do it. It's this easy, but very few do it because they are too lazy to think themselves out of their limited conditions. Every single time that you are reverting back to your old self, you are being lazy right there because it is just familiar to go back. You didn't completely cut the cords. You still accept that maybe you're not going to get it, because you don't have faith that it's going to happen. You don't believe that it's going to happen. That's why you need to repeat it all the time, over and over and over and over and over and over again, the new concept of self. But especially, you need to stop limiting yourself with whatever BS you are saying to yourself. There is nothing that is preventing you now, not tomorrow, not yesterday. There is nothing that is preventing you now from getting what you want. It could happen in any moment, anytime, in any possible ways. There is nothing that is preventing you. And so what usually people don't tell you is that manifestation is not about going anywhere. It's not about how much you affirm. It's more about cleaning the obstacles within your mind that are preventing you to see that your desired reality, it's already here, it's already available now. Because even sometimes when people affirm, they think that their desire, it's in the future, it's gonna happen in the future. It's already present now. You can jump now to that future. What is preventing you from jump is the story that you tell yourself, is those burdens that you carry, is those justifications that you give to yourself. And those kind of justifications that you give to yourself, guys, are not like, you might say, people have told me this before. No, you didn't do it. Because every single time I see people telling me the same story, repeating over and over and over and over again, and they're repeating what they don't want more than what they want because they just didn't clear out the junk. They still feel limited. They still feel, well, it has to happen in the 3D in order for me to believe it. Well, to a certain extent, yes, but not really. It has to happen in your mind first. It has to establish in your mind first. And then when you understand this, then I want you to repeat the affirmation. Understand this. Give an intention to your affirmations. I do these affirmations because I realize that I'm in control. I realize that I have no limitations. And you keep repeating this to yourself over and over and over and over again. You stop accepting whatever you have believed so far that didn't serve you. You're cutting those burdens and you're finally flying. That's what people don't tell you. Manifestation is more about cleaning the junk than it is actually to manifest. Because if you wouldn't have those beliefs, you wouldn't accept whatever other people are telling you, you would already have it. That's how it is. You would already have it after a couple of affirmations. The reason why you revert back to yourself is because you still believe that that is true. You still believe that to get money, you need hard work. You still believe your old self conditions. You need to cut them all off. They are gone. You can have it now. It's happening now. It's in the now. And you have to be aware and repeat it and do it in the now, in the now. Every second is the now. Every second you got it in the now, in the now, in the now. And if you guys will totally, truly understand what I'm trying to say, you will get it in a couple of days. I have experienced this over and over and over again. When I finally put myself in the right mindset, I'm like, I don't have to accept this. I don't have to accept this limitation or this thing that people tell me I'm not gonna get because of whatever rule that it's written out there in the world. I don't have to accept that. I'll change the rule. And I don't accept it. I cut the burdens. Poof, a law gets changed. Something happens where I get what I want in just a couple of days all the time. So yes, you should affirm. Yes, you should repeat. But you should repeat understanding what you're doing. And what you're doing is being unlimited in the now. You're cutting away all the burdens that is preventing you from flying and quantum jumping where you want. I had another girl the other day, we were talking, and she was telling me, I didn't realize that I was just limiting myself, even though I was affirming I was doing all the things. But it's when I had an aha moment that I said, I have to stop accepting this reality. I have to stop thinking I have to do things in the same way. She just completely stopped believing that she was the person that she was in the past. And then the affirmation started to work. And then everything started to come her way. But because the mind changed, the mind shifted. You understand? You need to cut the burdens and then you're able to fly. You cannot fly with something that is holding you to the ground. You understand what I'm trying to say? I hope this video makes sense. You are in control. Stop limiting yourself. I hope you get my message and my intention behind this video. I know that there are some very talented coaches that are saying exactly what I'm saying, but like I said, I couldn't make the title saying, oh, this is thing that only 2 other coaches are saying and all the rest aren't. It just wouldn't have worked. So I apologize for the catchy title, but I hope this video was useful anyway, besides the catchy title. And I hope that it was valuable. And now you understand what it takes to manifest, and especially to consciously manifest, and especially to manifest fast. Thank you so much for watching. And remember to subscribe and hit the ring bell button so you always get notified about when I'm live and all my other videos. Yes, I talk very fast. Love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.